There's something about the word forbidden. It doesn't just mean off limits, it means there's a reason you're not supposed to go there. And when even experts, the people who literally dig for answers, are banned from stepping foot inside, you know something's up. Are these places hiding some kind of ancient secrets? Or something the world isn't ready for? Well, you'll just have to take a look for yourself. Here are 15 forbidden archaeological sites that even experts aren't allowed to enter. And trust us, the lovely phrase forbidden fruit definitely applies here. Number 15. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang. We've all heard of China's terracotta army, those thousands of life-sized soldiers guarding the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. But what's inside his actual burial chamber? No one knows, because it's never been opened. The reason? Well, two simple words: death traps. Legend says that booby traps were placed inside the tomb to take out anyone who dared disturb it. Add in the fact that super high levels of mercury have been detected around the site, and suddenly, breaking in sounds like a bad idea. Even today, archaeologists are hesitant to open it, fearing it could either collapse or release toxic gases. So while we're all dying to know what's inside, it looks like this ancient mystery will stay sealed for now. But hey, considering how AI is advancing in 2025, we'll probably send in a robot to check things out first. Just hopefully not the same kind of robot that's already replacing customer service and waiters' jobs. Number 14. Cave of Altamira. If prehistoric humans had social media, Altamira Cave would have been the Louvre of the Stone Age. Discovered in 1879 in Spain, its walls are covered in 36,000-year-old bison paintings so detailed that when they were first found, archaeologists thought they were too good to be real. For a while, tourists could visit and admire the ancient art, until scientists realized people were ruining it just by breathing. The cave's humidity changed, mold crept in, and suddenly, priceless paintings were deteriorating faster than your Wi-Fi during a thunderstorm. By 1977, officials shut it down, leaving only a handful of experts allowed inside. The rest of us? We get a replica cave, which is fine. But let's be honest, would you rather see the Mona Lisa or a really good copy at the gift shop? Number 13. The Lost Library of Alexandria. The Library of Alexandria was the ultimate knowledge center of the ancient world, until it mysteriously vanished. For centuries, we've been told that it was burned down, taking countless scrolls and the wisdom of the greatest minds with it. But some historians believe not everything was lost. In fact, some remnants of the library may still be hidden beneath modern-day Alexandria. The problem? Well, the Egyptian government isn't exactly handing out excavation permits to dig under an entire city. And let's be real, if archaeologists suddenly unearthed a secret vault of lost knowledge, it could change history as we know it. Imagine finding cures to ancient diseases, maps to forgotten cities, or even a lost Shakespearean play that was somehow written before Shakespeare. Will we ever find what's left of the library? Probably not. But if Indiana Jones 6 ever gets made, this better be the plot. It's spooky and it's mysterious. Number 12. Lascaux Caves. France's Lascaux Caves are home to some of the most stunning prehistoric art ever discovered. Too bad you'll never see them in person. Discovered in 1940, these caves are filled with 17,000-year-old paintings of bison, deer, and horses, basically the original Instagram feed. For a while, tourists were allowed in, but humans, being humans, ruined everything. The warmth from our breath and the bacteria we brought with us led to mold and damage, so by 1963, the caves were closed off forever. Now, only a handful of scientists can enter, while the rest of us get replicas and high-res images online. And honestly, it's for the best. The last thing we need is some influencer sneaking in for a selfie, accidentally breathing too hard, and causing prehistoric art to dissolve. But hey, in 2025, we've got AI making fake art anyway. Who needs the real thing when we can just replicate history? Wait, isn't that exactly what got us in this mess? Number 11. The Grand Canyon's lost Egyptian tomb. If there's one thing Americans love, it's a conspiracy theory. And this one, absolute gold. Way back in 1909, a guy named G.E. Kincaid claimed he found a hidden cave in the Grand Canyon filled with giant Egyptian-looking artifacts, statues, hieroglyphs, even mummies, and not your average fun-sized kind. These were huge. He allegedly sent proof to the Smithsonian, but they hit him with the classic "never heard of it." And just like that, the cave mysteriously disappeared. Fast forward to today, and the site is off limits. Why? Officially, for safety reasons. But let's be real, when something is too restricted, it just screams government cover-up. Some believe this cave held proof that Egyptians made it to America long before Columbus. Others think it was home to ancient giants. Meanwhile, the Smithsonian still won't acknowledge it, probably too busy accidentally losing history. So what's the truth? Well, no one knows on Earth. Number 10. The Temple of Mount Kailash. Most peaks are meant to be climbed. Everest? Sure, if you don't mind frostbite. Kilimanjaro? Go for it. But Mount Kailash in Tibet? That's a hard no. Considered the spiritual center of the universe by Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Bon practitioners, this mountain isn't just sacred, it's untouchable. No one is allowed to scale it, and even if you tried, bad luck, or something much worse, is said to follow. Locals firmly believe that attempting to climb it would bring disaster, and honestly, given how things have been going in 2025, we do not need any more bad omens. At the base, there's a temple rumored to hide ancient artifacts and powerful relics, but searching for them. Also off limits. Some say there's a hidden civilization living inside the mountain. Others claim it's a gateway to another realm. Either way, this is one mystery we'll probably never be allowed to solve, and maybe that's for the best. Number 9. The Crypt of Civilization. Ever wondered what the people of 8113 AD would think of us? Thanks to the Crypt of Civilization, they're gonna assume we were obsessed with typewriters, Coca-Cola, and bad 1930s radio plays. Back in 1940, a professor named Thornwell Jacobs at Oglethorpe University had the wild idea to create a massive time capsule, an entire room sealed tight for over 6,000 years. The goal? To give future civilizations, or aliens if we don't make it that far, a snapshot of our world. Inside, they packed books, movies, tools, a toaster, and even recordings of famous speeches. The catch? Everything is stored on ancient tech. Think microfilm and vinyl records. So unless people in 8113 have USB to gramophone adapters, good luck playing those. But hey, maybe by then, time travel will be a thing, and they'll just come back and ask us directly. Or they'll find Twitter archives and assume we were all just screaming into the void. Number 8. Zone Rouge. France's Zone Rouge is proof that sometimes you just gotta leave things alone. This isn't your average no trespassing site. It's a war zone, left untouched since World War I. During the war, millions of artillery shells tore the land apart, leaving unexploded bombs, toxic chemicals, and entire abandoned villages in their wake. The destruction was so bad that after the war, the French government took one look at the mess and said, "Yeah, we're just gonna leave this one." They relocated everyone and sealed off the entire area. Fast forward to 2025, and Zone Rouge is still a dangerous wasteland. Some say it could take centuries before it's safe again. And considering one bomb squad found over 500 tons of unexploded ordnance just last year, they might be right. So if you ever find yourself in northern France, do not enter this zone. Number 7. The Hidden Chambers of the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the most famous landmarks on Earth, but guess what? Even the world's best archaeologists aren't allowed into certain parts of it. The Queen's chamber and the lower shafts have been sealed off for years, and no one knows exactly why. Some believe they hold undiscovered tombs or secret artifacts. Others think they lead to places not meant to be found. And when they sent a robot down one of the shafts in the 90s, it hit a mysterious stone door. And beyond that, still a mystery. Considering new AI models in 2025 can recreate human voices from a single soundbite, I'm starting to think we should maybe leave some ancient secrets alone. The last thing we need is King Tut's ghost sending us a voicemail. Number 6. Petra. You've definitely seen Petra before. It's that jaw-dropping ancient city in Jordan, carved straight into the side of a mountain. But while tourists can visit the famous treasury, huge sections of Petra remain sealed off. Why? For starters, the Jordanian government is extremely protective of the site. Petra is a sacred place, and certain chambers, tombs, and structures are strictly off-limits. But that hasn't stopped the rumors. Some believe there are hidden vaults, buried treasures, or even undiscovered temples deep within the city. Archaeologists are still making new discoveries, but there's a limit to what they can explore. And honestly, maybe that's a good thing. If 2025 has taught us anything, it's that some mysteries are best left unsolved, unless we really want another ancient curse situation on our hands. All right, guys, now let's talk about Number 5. The Bosnian Pyramids. Okay, pyramids in Bosnia? Well, sounds fake, right? But some people swear these massive hills aren't just mountains. They're man-made pyramids, and if they're real, they could be even older than the Egyptian ones. The site has been hotly debated for years. Mainstream archaeologists say, nah, just natural rock formations. Others argue the shape, structure, and tunnels beneath suggest something much more intentional. But here's the thing. The area is mostly off-limits for proper excavation, which only fuels speculation. Is it an ancient lost civilization's work, or just a very well-placed pile of dirt? Well, it's hard to say when archaeologists aren't allowed to dig deeper. Maybe it's a cover-up, maybe it's a tourist trap, or maybe we're one excavation away from finding out history books need a serious rewrite. Either way, it's awesomely awesome. Number 4. The Chapel of the Ark of the Covenant. Of all the world's mystical relics, few are more legendary than the Ark of the Covenant. Supposedly holding the 10 Commandments, it vanished from history thousands of years ago. Or did it? According to Ethiopian tradition, the Ark is kept in St. Mary of Zion Cathedral in Axum, locked inside the Chapel of the Ark. But here's the twist. Only one person is allowed to see it. Yep, a single monk is chosen to guard the Ark for life. No one else gets in. No archaeologists, no historians, not even world leaders. Some say the Ark in Axum is just a replica, while others believe it's the real deal. But since no one is allowed inside to check, we'll never know. Meanwhile, Indiana Jones is somewhere out there, crying into his fedora. Number 3. Bangar Fort. If you're looking for a real-life horror movie setting, Bangar Fort in Rajasthan, India, is it. Built in the 16th century, it was once home to over 10,000 people. Now, fully abandoned. During the day, tourists can visit. But once the sun sets, no one is allowed inside. The reason? According to local legend, a black magic-obsessed priest tried to curse a princess into falling in love with him. When she rejected him, his own magic backfired and he was crushed by a rolling boulder. Before dying, he cursed the entire town, dooming it to ruin. Ever since, people have reported eerie whispers, shadowy figures, and even full-on disappearances. Some who have tried to stay overnight never came back. So yeah, if you ever visit, maybe just stick to daytime hours. No one wants to be the next mysterious disappearance featured on a 2025 Netflix true crime doc. Number 2. The Sealed Door of Padmanabhaswamy Temple. Some doors are meant to be opened, others not so much. and Vault B of India's Padmanabhaswamy Temple falls into the absolutely do not touch unless you want a disaster movie plotline category. Back in 2011, 5 of the temple's 6 vaults were cracked open, revealing an insane treasure hoard: crowns, gold, diamonds, priceless artifacts, the works. If Scrooge McDuck had a secret bank account, this would be it. But when they got to Vault B, things got weird. First, there was the whole impenetrable iron door situation. Then the royal family of Travancore stepped in like, yeah, maybe don't do that. Their reasoning? A great curse tied to astrology, ancient traditions, and the kind of bad luck that makes Friday the 13th look like a good day. Fast forward to 2025, and it's still sealed shut, and the billions are still there. Number 1, Mount Shasta. On the surface, Mount Shasta in California looks like your average stunning natural wonder, but dig a little deeper, figuratively, because physically digging is not allowed, and you'll find some seriously weird legends. For starters, people claim there's a lost civilization living inside the mountain, a hidden city called Talos, allegedly home to an ancient advanced race. Others say it's a UFO hotspot, and given how 2025 is already fully embracing government-confirmed alien disclosures, maybe that's not so crazy anymore. But here's where things get interesting. Parts of Mount Shasta are strictly restricted. Sure, you can hike some areas, but if you try to get near the rumored caverns, tunnels, or other hidden parts, forget it. Native American tribes consider the mountain sacred, and authorities have made sure that certain areas stay untouched. So what's under there? Well, unless someone somehow gets access, or a billionaire buys it and live streams the excavation, we'll probably never know. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.